something different. What
Yeah.
were you seeing in your
Oh, gosh.
mind and soul?
Let's see. Can you hold that like that for a second? All right. I'm going to bring this over here, if you will.
Why don't you move it over so it's not for sale?
I thought it was funny.
Oh, no.
For sale. Because this is kind of
Because
interesting.
it is
Okay.
for sale.
All right. So here we have a painting. I was inspired by a boardwalk to the beach and just this feeling like you're stepping out to the beach. And I wanted it to be something beautiful and attractive and encouraging, and yet deal with all the problems and challenges of everything we go through. Sort of no good deed goes unpunished, and no bad deed goes unpunished as well. And it took over in different states of consciousness. This painting was done in framework sober, and it was done in ecstatic music of high. It was also done inebriated, and it was done clear, and in all states. And there was also someone that came into my life that I allowed myself to love, but I didn't hold on to, and I didn't abuse it. And so it had dopamine in it. It had love too, because it's like, who you gonna be? Who you gonna be? Character to the beautiful flower of creation, feminine spirit, whether that be a woman you love, or an animal, or the animal nature of life, and the monarch butterfly and its path, that every creature, even as gentle as it seems, has its own path, and the transformation inside. There are different elements of death and rebirth in there inside the monarch, and then there's always the protected heart of the dove, or peace, and that ultimately prevailing. And so in my paintings, I try to include in my paintings, I try to include a Buddha life condition ultimately, or a blessing as a spiritual mandala. And it's hidden sometimes, and sometimes it's more obvious. This one, that sort of Buddha illumination, just means awaken to oneness of all life, like awaken to the duality nature, death and rebirth, and that the overall goal was a feeling of nirvana, or a feeling. Now, some people take that as death or extinguishing existence, but then I think the more appropriate definition is, it doesn't matter if you decide to live out your life or pop out, or die. You're still going to have to grapple with the underlying reality of life has suffering, and what you do with that suffering is up to you. And it's not anyone's place really to judge another person's position or suffering, because we never really know what they're going through. And kind of mutual respect is a realization of all oneness, and then that comes to the realization of embracing all species. And then so it really ultimately was like a swaying piece in the strength of the sea oats, of like, be flexible, trust, and of course our big sun here is always shining. So that's kind of maybe a boat. Is that a boat? Absolutely could be a boat. it might have started off as a